that claps.
Alright y'all, so as you can see, we have all of our ingredients sitting out here. I'm gonna go ahead and go over all of those ingredients. First, you'll definitely need your all-purpose flour, rolled oats. There are different kinds of rolled oats that you can purchase. This brand also has thicker oats, which I'll try out next time because those will pack on the calories sooner. You'll need your cinnamon, baking soda, salt, unsalted butter, but this time I'm going to use the sweet cream butter, a large egg, vanilla extract, Granny Smith apples, and lemon. All right, so first and foremost, we're going to want to turn
first
our
you definitely want to go ahead and
to
prep your
350.
apples. I say cut them as small as possible. I definitely didn't cut them that small because I was going for a healthier cookie. But if you want to, you know, feed this to kids or get more cookies out of the batch, then I would definitely cut them up a lot smaller than I did. As you can see, I am cutting out the core of the apple because I just don't like the taste of it. So I definitely try and cut that out. And as you see in the video, I'm just cutting them into little squares. But like I said, I would definitely cut them finer than I did, especially if you plan on like feeding this to kids or you want to just get more bang out of your buck. I'm going to go ahead and speed past me cutting up the apples because you get the concept now. Like I said, definitely cut smaller than me. I don't know how much more I can reiterate that because I went for like a chunkier cookie, as you'll see, and I'll tell you as we go through the process how to get the cookie to your liking. The apples, I had my sous chef Libby, I had her squeeze out some lemon juice. I like fresh lemon juice because it just tastes way better than the little bottle lemon juice. So I had her squeeze 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. So of course we're going to start off with mixing in our first base ingredient, 2 cups of flour. Now the recipe does call for 1 1/4 cups of flour, but at first I thought I was gonna need to make more cookies than the original recipe had, so I added in a little extra. Now I did end up with a little bit more dough than I needed, so I probably could have just went with the 1 1/4 cups, to be honest. After the flour, we're going to go ahead and add in 2 cups of rolled oats. Just like the flour, it said 1 1/4 cups, but of course I thought I needed more dough. Didn't. Next, we're going to add in 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. The recipe originally said 1 teaspoon, but I really wanted to pack in that cinnamon flavor into my cookies, so I added an extra teaspoon. You can always tweak a recipe how you want to, okay? Next, we're going to add in a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. The recipe, once again, 1/4 teaspoon, but I basically doubled it. So for everything that the recipe said, I doubled it, not because I wanted double the amount of cookie dough, but because I wanted double the flavor. Now we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of baking soda. I doubled that as well, just like the other ingredients, because the baking soda is what's going to get it to bake. Duh. Now we're going to mix in all of our dry ingredients with a whisk. Make sure it's all nice and mixed. We're going to go ahead and mix in our wet ingredients, which are the apples and lemon juice. And I went ahead and put those in the refrigerator for a little bit just so the apples wouldn't turn. Now we're going to go ahead and add that salted sweet cream butter. So the ingredients definitely said unsalted because of course you add your own salt in, but me being difficult, I did not do that. Now we're going to add a cup of brown sugar. The recipe said light brown sugar. Listen, I didn't pay attention to the recipe. I'm not going to lie. So I ended up with dark brown sugar. Personally, I don't think it changes the taste, it just changes the color. Okay, so listen, you know how I mentioned that the butter was supposed to be softened? As you can tell, I did not pay attention to that part either. So it did take me a little bit to get my butter and my sugar all mixed up together. As you see, I have to go and start cutting it up. And eventually I ended up having to just kind of mix it with my own hands so that I can get it to the consistency that it needed to be. Now listen, I'm not gonna lie, I'm very hard-headed. I was definitely supposed to add this into the wet mix and not the dry mix. But you're gonna go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract because like I said, we're packing that flavor, baby, okay? We're gonna go ahead and add 1 large egg. I did end up adding another egg because once again, I wanted it to be a bigger mix. You can see by the way that this is mixing that it was definitely supposed to be in the wet mix, but nonetheless we are going to go ahead and mix it all up. And if you have done the right thing and mixed it in your wet ingredients, of course this will mix a lot better. We're almost done. Now you're going to go ahead and mix all of our ingredients together. Once you have everything all combined and mixed together, you're going to start forming little balls. Now I wanted mine to be like small cookies and not necessarily flat. So my cookies, like I said, my apples were cut a lot larger, so that resulted in my cookies not flattening out as much. If you want flatter cookies, either cut up your apples smaller as I mentioned earlier, or make sure that you have way more cookie dough than you do the apples, right? So that will make the cookie flatter and will make it consist more of the cookie, so it will actually flatten out. Apples, when they cook, they don't necessarily flatten, so that's not what happened. Now that we have it all on the cookie sheet, we're gonna put them in the oven. And it's supposed to wait 15 minutes. My cookies were not done after 15 minutes, so I had to have someone else watch them and take them out for me. And voila, we have our apple cinnamon oatmeal cookies. And according to everybody who done ate these things up in the house, they were good, honey, okay? Y'all make sure y'all try out my recipe. If you do, definitely leave your impression in the comments. If you like the cookies, let me know. If you want more cooking videos like this one, definitely let me know. Hopefully, you know, I get a new camera soon and I can record even better videos.